Yo, my real top billing villains out there should have saw this one coming when I intentionally left it off the after game review, and that is another version of around and find out featuring one Jalen Carter. Tyler Biadasz, he's the latest victim to around and find out right here. I know you guys saw this right here. Him all up on Jalen Carter's face mask, left himself opening. Right there, he was air napping and hang gliding. One more again right there, full speed before we break it down. Air napping. He was done. What happened right here? Y'all know I'm a huge combat sports fan. It's probably my favorite sport outside of course, hoops and football. But we see right here, look at this, right? If you're going to reach, right, you're going to reach and overextend on a punch, you better be ready for the counter, right? So Tyler Biadasz immediately with hands to the face, even grabbing the face mask or whatever like that. Listen, it happens. It's the trenches. Shit happens, right? But obviously this is more intentional than anything because I will show you as well him completely abusing Tyler Biadasz. But right there, you overextend and then you're not ready for the counter. Protect yourself at all times, especially when you're doing something to a savage beast like Jalen Carter, right? Smoking Jay Carter right here with the right hook. Right there. It shut off his entire ecosystem. Right? It shut off his electrical box, his electrical panel. It tripped the breaker right here. Right? You can see the shit short circuiting all through his eyes and shit like that. If you can turn it around and see his eyes right there, they definitely have lightning bolts in them and shit. My man's like Pico, right? He's like Pico. He done shut off this man's electricity. He ain't pay his bill by keeping his hands up right there. Bang, he was cold, sleep, out on his feet right there, right? I'm not sure what woke him up though, right? I think he just woke up from the crowd yelling and shit like that. So, but he's back awake right now before he falls back down. You can see right there, he lost control of his entire nervous system, right? All of that shit right there before he hit the ground. Now listen, I didn't really want to make fun of this, right? Because I don't like to make fun of shit when people actually get hurt. Obviously, the dude flopped, right? We'll be real about this shit. He flopped, but I wonder if he actually hurt himself when he was flopping. But then again, he's hurt, so maybe he just got hurt anyway, and he was intentionally, right? He was unintentionally flopping. His electricity got turned off and he exited his consciousness in the air, right? What are we doing here? I gotta see this shit one more time, man. How you gonna do that shit and not protect yourself like something ain't coming at bang? He's asleep. What are we doing right here? One more time right there. Look at the guard right here. Bang, when your man get toasted like that and all you can do is look and you see it happen and you don't do shit. What are we doing right there, right? That's that, you gonna eat your cornbread? That's that Debo type shit right there. My man's just looking, right? Come on, if that's my man's, I gotta go in there and get me some right there, right? No Diddy. But nah, right? I can be honest, that's probably easier said than done since it is Jalen Carter. But we both gotta get knocked out because I can't be going back home and he be like, damn, bro, why you let me get slapped? You ain't do shit like that. My man right there was petrified. What are we doing here? I know you guys saw this one right here as well. Watch this. Bang. Burp the baby. Got vert on him. And look, flushing Jaden Daniels up out of the pocket for a little help defense there. Now, the stat line's going to read that I think he only had a couple of assisted tackles. But the type of disruptive force that he was in this game, to me, made damn near the entire game. At least some of it, right? Him and Milton Williams, both of these guys probably didn't stat that well, but for people who aren't casual fans, they completely dominated in this game, and this shit is amazing to watch. Once again, look at him getting vert right here. You catch him in a 50-50 even exchange situation. Your boy's already on a catch technique here. Right? You can see sometimes you can be too far over your skis. He's almost too far under his skis, right? He's just knowing something's going to happen and he's scared. So he went from being under his skis to being over his skis and reaching with one hand here, which really just set him up, right? Now also set him up for that counter slap as well that he had earlier, right? But bang, burp the baby right there, right? If he had any gas or anything like that, right, it was eliminated. When you get burped like that, bang, by a grown-ass man like that, you definitely cool on the toilet later that night for sure. Gets vert, And you can see him right there, flushing Jaden Daniels out of the pocket. Milton Williams with a little help. My man just has to throw it away, right? That's called help defense. That's called assisted living. This wasn't on Biadasz, but man, I mean, the snatch and clean on this one was just nasty. Look at him, power to finesse, getting around. Almost had him one, but obviously gets by with a little help from his friends, which would be Nolan Smith and Jordan Davis right there on that tackle on Jaden Daniels. But look at the move here, right? Get inside his chest, get him to engage, right? That's a big action. When you get inside someone's chest like that on a power move, that's a big action, which is going to cause a reaction. So my man right there, his reaction is to say, get him off me, please. Get him off me, right? So then he kind of lets down his guard. You get kind of an arm under, kind of pseudo mid-arc run right here. Obviously, you can't run a full arc because you have somebody on the outside of you. He's getting around the corner pretty clean. So clean that my man right here has to pull the ripcord, right, in FEMA mode and fertilizes himself. Bang, right there. Almost had him one. And it was nasty. Clean right there, but hey. It still got the job done once again. Not going to show up in the box score, but real ones know what's going on. Real football heads already know. So I don't know how I accidentally went down this rabbit hole. I clicked on something, right? And it landed me on X, the biggest cesspool in the world. I hate X. I tried my best to 1,000% be off this shit now. All right, I should probably just deactivate my shit straight up. But you do have some people who contact me for business on there. So, I mean, it is what it is. So you have this right here, right? This weak-ass, goofball-ass, whatever this is, said that Eagles defensive tackle Jalen Carter punched Commanders offensive lineman Tyler Biadasz and injured him. First of all, you're a grown-ass man and you don't know the difference between a punch and a slap? To me, that means you probably never put on pads that didn't say extra absorbent with wings on them. Like, what are we doing here? You know, I was playing with the boxing concept earlier, right? But obviously that was not a punch. Neither one of these were punches, but these are open hand slaps. So, right, you're getting bitch slapped. But my man clearly, I don't know what he's doing, right? Obviously, there was no foul called on either one of these guys because we can clearly see hands to the face right here by Biadasz, right? We know this, right? That should have been a foul in the retaliation from Jalen Carter. So, but man, it goes down a rabbit hole of some stuff, man. Of course, more corrupt shit from the, but you know what? I'm not even going, you know what? I ain't going to show this shit, right? Pretty much, you know what it is, right? A lot of it, when you're doing something on Jalen Carter, it stems from a ton of racism, a ton of hate, jealousy, and all that, all wrapped up in one. I try to avoid it, right? And this is me, right? This is somebody who did something on Jalen Carter, covered this man since he was in high school, said he was going to be a superstar back in high school. He is every bit of everything that I said he was going to be with my University of Georgia coverage back then. And he is the man, no doubt about that, right? But obviously, the transgression that he went through prior to the draft and all that, he got a lot of bullshit that goes on when you mention this guy's name, especially on a place like X, and especially when it's coming from most people who are racist and can't wait to be racist on shit. You have people talking about him killing his own teammates and all. Like, the stories is like devolved into crazy narratives and shit like that. So I don't know, right? You know what I'm saying? Every time you see him involved in something like that, you're going to get that. A lot of this shit I erase off the channel and just block the people just to not get on it. Just because, number one, I don't feel like going back to the Bing, right? I don't feel like serving no time off some bullshit, right? And 1,000%, none of those people probably actually live in Philly for that to go down. So, I mean, it is what it is on that front, man. But listen, don't let people out there trip you down and bring you down that type of rabbit hole on this guy. Like I said before, he's going to be a superstar, and people were talking about him being lazy and all these other tropes that you hear about guys like that who look like that. You know what I mean? And we can see that none of this shit is true. So that's one of the reasons right there. All right. But with that being said, man, it's your boy Murph, your boy Tyler Biadasz, definitely got to pay his electricity bill, get that shit turned back on. But big salute to the boy, Jalen Carter. All right. And salute to all my top Billin villains out there, straight up. Make sure you're headed over to BetUS, of course, getting in on that casino, John, because you know that bad boy is live. Just like Casino Live, just like the slots over in Atlantic City, you can get it in from the comforts of your home with the live dealer and the whole nine. You want to get a 250% sign-up bonus? Go ahead and hit that crypto. You want a 200% sign-up bonus? Do it regular, and it will be all to the good. So it's a 200% sign-up bonus or a 250% crypto sign-up bonus. Both of them boys up to $5K. Let's get it. Bet US, where the game begins.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.